No, you're not seeing things. Yes, I'm still around, but it's just been getting harder and harder to find time to do these. I apologize greatly. I'm here for a double shot. You can call this whatever you want, a giant size special. You know, I think I'll call it an annual. You know, what the fuck? You know, you can call this annual 2017 #1 or whatever the fuck I decide to put as the title of this video. But I'm here to talk about the 2 remaining weeks of August 2017. I am that far behind, folks. Now, before I get started, I feel a little underdressed. You know, I got the microphone, I've got the books, but I feel like I should bring something else to the party. Here we go. Try to think about how long it's been since I wore these. Embrace the madness. Embrace the macho madness. Ooh, yeah. Cream of the crop. The man on the top. Ooh, yeah. Dig it. Bringing up the macho glasses. Ooh, yeah. Have a little fun with it. Now, there will be some ranting and raving as well as some geeking out here, but to be fair, I'm gonna try to rush through some of these as quickly as I can because I don't want to be here for 2 fucking hours. Okay, you know. I know what you're thinking. Gobby, what the fuck are you thinking? The longer your video is, you can get more ad revenue or whatever the fuck you're doing. I'm not here for that. I'm here to just shoot my mouth out about comic books, whether I get paid or not. So, yeah, here we go. The 2 remaining weeks of August. Let's get started. And oh boy, there are certain books in these piles that once I get to them, I got a lot to say. But let's start with the second to last week of August. We're going to start with the indies here. We're going to start with Red Sonja, #8. Continuing this road trip, Sonja and her friends get incarcerated. Luckily, there's somebody important to one of her companions to bail her out. And then it ends with a very funny, you know, oh, she stole the car ending and everything, quite literally. Very fun, very cute. I dug it. I thought it was very entertaining. Really good stuff. I give it an easy 3.5. Let's move on to Jim and the Holograms, #2, Part 3 of Infinite. And make sure I'm reviewing the right issue here. Yeah, okay, just making sure, because I got another one of these books in here in piles that I have yet to review somewhere. But this is Part 3 of Infinite. In here, Jem and the Holograms come face to face with their father. And, you know, even though it's an alternate reality version of their father, he still shares the same traits, the same qualities, the same character that their father had shared. So it was nice to see them interacting with each other as if, you know, it's an honest-to-God family reunion. It's really, really well done. But then the bombshell drops. There's a reason why Jem and the Holograms in this universe are hardly ever seen. Spoiler alert if you haven't read this issue yet. It's because they're dead! They're dead! Boom! Mic drop. Yeah. 3.5 out of 5. Let's move on to My Little Pony, the movie prequel, #3. Very, very fun. This focuses on the 2 feline friends that, you know, it's like these movie prequel issues are building up the other characters that aren't associated with the main 6 And I like that, you know, because I want to get to know, because I'm going to go see this movie, but I want to know more about these characters that are going to be in the movie, but I want to know more about them so I don't go to the movie going, who the fuck's that supposed to be? You know, stuff like that. You know, I don't want to be like that. So I'm thankful for this. This was good. Long story short, is basically what is the true cost of friendship? You know, what are you willing to do to preserve a friendship? Or what are you willing to do to end a friendship? That was the true message of this issue. Not bad. Not bad. I give it a 3.5, just barely. Staying with IDW, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Dimension X #4. This is hands down, easily the best issue of this miniseries. Why? 2 words. Ace Duck. Enough said. 4 out of 5. Next. Going to Boom Studios. We're going with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers #18. Man, this continues to be very well done. You would think, who's the antagonist here? Is it Rita? No. Is it Goldar? No. Could Lord Zed be stepping in? No. Is it Scorpina? No. Well then, who the fuck's the antagonist? Finster. Yeah, that shriveled up, shrimpy little fuck who makes the monsters for Rita. That some bitch. Oh my god. Thank you, Boom Studios. And thank you to Kyle Higgins for writing this character into such a badass. Oh my god. You would think. It almost felt like he let himself get captured by the Power Rangers just to let more of his plan just blow up right in their face. Almost literally. This was amazing. Really, really good shit. 4 out of 5. More phenomenal. Alright, we're ending the indie pile with WWE #8. There's a reason why this is in a plastic cover. It's because it is autographed by one of the artists of this issue, Kelly Williams. He didn't do the artwork for the main story. He did some really good artwork for an Undertaker story at the end of the book. And his artwork, his depiction of the Undertaker and Paul Bearer is very, very well done. And thank you, Kelly, for signing my book. Yeah, the main story with... it's really hard to praise a book when the main story focuses on 2 characters I just don't give a flying fuck about. Sasha Banks and Dean Ambrose. I just don't care. I look at Dean Ambrose and Sasha Banks on TV. Ambrose has gotten lazier and lazier. He's one of the few wrestlers I've watched over the years who's gotten progressively worse in the ring. Not to mention he punches like a fucking girl. And Sasha Banks, overrated and quite frankly undeserved of all the stardom she's got when she's not even grateful for it. Oh God, fans! Ooh. Bubba Ray Dudley said it the best to Sasha Banks. Don't worry about stalker fans who constantly harass you for autographs. You should really start worrying when they don't do that. Couldn't have said it any better myself. Grow the fuck up, Sasha Banks. You don't like the fans? You're in the wrong fucking business. You don't like it? Leave. Let somebody else get 40 million title matches. Bitch. But the fact of the matter is, the main story, it just didn't work for me. You have Bray Wyatt, the eater of pins. You even have Bray Wyatt looking like a bitch in the comic books. That's pathetic. The only saving grace was the story with The Undertaker. And it was only 2 fucking pages. Great artwork. Good writing. I mean, but then again, it's only 2 pages. I dig the cover, and I sure as hell dig the autograph. I don't even think I want to grade it. I give it average read at best, 2.5. The Undertaker stuff at the end really saved it. You have no idea. All right, let's go on to Marvel. We are going to Daredevil 25. My God. This was a legal battle, and it was a brutal one. You'd think, seeing Matt, I mean, this focused heavily on Matt Murdock. It's like, you want to see a knockdown, drag-out fight with words instead of fists, then here you go. And it's remarkably written. It's remarkably done. I dug it. It was great. And spoiler alert, Matt wins. And by the end of the book, the Kingpin is going fucking nuts. Great issue. An easy 4. Let's move on to Generations the Thunder, #1, featuring Thor and the unworthy Thor. It's basically the present goes back to the past. It's Jane Foster's Mighty Thor going back to the times before Thor, Odin's son, was even declared worthy of the hammer the first time. And it was good. Very well written, well executed. It was really good. Odin's son never giving up hope, wanting to be worthy of that hammer, and to see the two Thors working together solidly, cohesively, it was fun. I dug it. It was really, really good. I give it a 4. Let's move on to Iceman #4. Dakin is a dick. And to see him trying to get into Iceman's pants in here, it's like, yeah, Iceman may be gay, but even he has standards. And I like that. You know, it's like Dakin's trying real hard to be forceful, to be dominant, trying to get Iceman to be submissive in his own way. And Iceman pretty much just tells him, fuck off. And it was just really, really well done. And the issue drops a bombshell at the end where the cliffhanger is him just looking at, is Iceman looking at his parents and just going that he's gay. Whoa. A stellar read. Not the best in the world, but it was a stellar read. It gets a 3.5. Oh, wait till I get to the next issue of Iceman. But we'll talk about that when we get to it. Oh, boy. Secret Empire #9. I'm going to level with you, folks. The best thing about this issue is the damn cover. Now, this has been done for a while, and I'm sure I don't have to worry about spoilers or anything because it's all over the place by now. But I need to say something here. By the time we get to this point, it looks like the heroes are finally starting to form a comeback. But that's the big problem. This story just dragged the fuck on way too long. But I'll emphasize my opinion on that later. But right here, it just felt like the heroes are starting to build up, and then, boom, Hydra Cap drops the bomb on everybody. And that's how the issue ends. And it's just, I can't say any more about this issue. It was just there. An average read with just, woo, shocking moments and, stellar moments and everything. Stellar my ass. The storyline is bullshit. And I'll explain why I feel that way when I get to reviewing issue 10. Stay tuned for that. Trust me. I'm about to get to it here in a few minutes. But this issue, I'd give it a 2.5 average read at best. They just kept on and kept on and kept on going for shock value, and it just ended up falling flat. And considering how this story ends, it just begs the question, what's the fucking point? Let's just keep on moving. with Spectacular Spider-Man number 3. You know, with Teresa Parker, Peter's sister yet not sister, stepping in and everything. They're coming into some crosshairs with the Kingpin, and it goes way too. It tries to go way too hard with the comedy. You know, Zdarsky, he's known for this kind of writing. I get it. You know, sometimes Spider-Man needs to be comical, but can't be 100% serious all the fucking time. And he is known for the quips. He is known for all that kind of shit. But I feel like we're only 3 issues in, and I feel like you're trying way too hard to be comical. And it ends up feeling like you're watching a sitcom where you hear a laugh track, yet you're not laughing. You know, it just feels like that. I don't know how else to explain it other than that. I give it a 3. X-Men Gold number 10. This had been building and building, the upcoming return of Omega Red. And in here, I believe it's in this issue. It's been a while. Yeah, there's a big reveal for Colossus and for Illyana that they have an uncle, their father's brother. And Colossus, at first, flat out doesn't believe it. He's, my father never had a brother, never mentioned having a brother. And his uncle will be like, well, that's because he was ashamed of me. And learning where we go from here, it's easy to understand why. Because then you got some mobsters with powers coming in and everything. And then the cliffhanger at the end of the issue with basically Omega Red just going boo behind Illyana and everything. It was good. It was good. I dug it. I thought it was very well handled. The pacing was good. The plot is good. Character development, especially for Peter, very well done. Yeah, this was a fine issue for what it was. I give it a 3.5. Move on to the DC stuff with Action Comics 986. Basically, the Machinist has gotten control of Lex Luthor, but it's trying more or less to control the Apocalypse tech rather than the person. So how do you combat that? By having Lex just burn the suit out, just overpower it and just fry it. Problem solved. And now it's time for Clark to fight back. Good stuff. But then that ending, oh shit. That ending with Mr. Oz stepping in, that was good. And oh yes, I have read the reveal of Mr. Oz, and I'll trust me, I'll have something to say when I get to that. So don't fret. I have read that issue. I know about it. I know about the reveal, but I'll hold my opinions until I get to that book on this channel. Good setup nonetheless. An easy 3.5, close to a 4. Move on to Batgirl 14. This was basically, you know, past, present, back, forth style of storytelling, and it was fine. Leading up to the reveal of the Red Queen, someone that's got Mad Hatter almost literally shitting in his pants in fear and stuff like that. This was an okay issue. Not that great, not that bad. A little above average, but nowhere near excellent. You know, I give it a 3. Batman Beyond number 11. I kind of feel the same way about this as I did about Batgirl. Not bad, but then again, nowhere near great. It felt kind of there. You know, it's nice to know that, you know, Damian is back on good graces somewhat. But you know, when I finished this issue, I was just like, Damian's back on good terms with Bruce. Yippee! I wish I cared more. Honestly, I really wish I did. I give it a 3. Yeah, Detective Comics 963. This is basically Anarchy trying to convince Stephanie Brown, trying to convince Spoiler to join his cause. And as the issue progresses, it looks like it's actually working. The stuff with Clayface was really good. Loved that. The stuff with Spoiler, I'm sorry, it's really hard to support this character sometimes when she comes off so hypocritical. You know, trying to bring about a world that doesn't need Batman when at times she acts just like fucking Batman. You know, it just... It's like you're trying to put out a fire by burning it. It just doesn't work. And for character development-wise, it's not working. But then again, her character is not 100% flawed. Just flawed from time to time, if that makes any fucking sense. 3.5. All right, let's move on to The Flash, number 29. This is the issue where it's believed that there is some corruption in the force and everything, especially with stuff ending up missing and everything like that. You know, Barry's still trying to struggle with the negative Speed Force in him and everything. But by the end of the issue, he, you know, in here you get to see that, you know, he was so used to, you know, healing so quickly whenever he got fucked up, and now he's at a point where he gets banged up. It's not so easy to heal as much, and we get to see that very evidently by the end of the issue. Good stuff. I give it a 3.5. Leading up to the debut of Bloodwork. All right, let's go on to Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, number 27. What's the best way to get somebody from Apocalypse off your ass? By faking your death and doing it convincingly. And, you know, it's Orion's death that they faked. And how did they fake his death? By killing him. Kinda. Kind of, sort of. Only in a comic book can you literally remove someone's heart from their body, yet they can still be alive. God damn. 3.5. Harley Quinn 26. Dealing with this group of 25 killers who ruined Harley's birthday party. How the fuck do you think she dealt with them? Only in her way. And my God, this was so over the top. This was so fucking silly. It was entertaining and I loved it. An easy 4. Just pick that book up and read it. Then that bombshell at the end. She's running for mayor of New York. Ooh. We're ending this stack with Teen Titans number 11. This was basically Aqualad's exception by the group. Okay. Kid learns who his dad is. Decides he doesn't like him. Tells him to fuck off. Now he's a part of the Teen Titans. It's pretty much all you need to know. But it's done very well. Not the best stuff in the world, but it's done very well. I give it a 3. All right. Now we got that shit out of the way. Let's talk about the books that ended August. Let's start with Alterna Comics' Mother Russia. Number 2. You want to talk about some depressing storytelling? I mean, where you've got to make deals and, you know, all kinds of shit just to go on an expedition for food in the 40s during the war where there's a zombie apocalypse. And go. A very fun yet depressing story. That's just the best way to put it. It's depressingly fun. I better stop describing this before I get depressed. 3.5. Let's go on to Boom Studios with Go Go Power Rangers number 2. Oof. You know, I was thinking, you know, having another Power Rangers series, you know, at first I thought, is it really necessary? And then after reading these first 2 issues, I'm thinking, fuck yes it is. It's just, Jesus. Just, Jesus. This is going to be the series we're learning where we try to connect more to the team as humans. There's much more emphasis on their human life over their superhero life. And to see this actually gives us a peek back as to how the five came together as friends. And it's very interesting to see that when they finally meet each other, when some of them meet each other for the first time, they don't get along. One of the things is Kimberly's got this weird rumor about her, and we get to see Kimberly on a date, and it's so fucking awkward, it's hilarious. But then the stuff with Rita and Fencer at the end, that was good stuff too. I mean, this was a really fun issue. You got covers like this, but it's really more or less a focus on the teenagers in their teenage lives, and it's done very well. It's good. I give it a 4. Let's go with an image. Going to there we go. Crosswind number 3. Gail Simone, Cat Staggs, great team, great writer, great artist, and I guess only Gail Simone can get away with writing a crime drama where you have two characters not only swap identities but swap genders, and both characters look like they're coming out for the better for it. Honestly, though, the better character is the woman who's got the intellect of a guy, and the storytelling revolving around this housewife is just fucking awesome. It's just really, really well executed. It's like she was a frail, shy, tortured, and bullied housewife who instantly became badass and became more respectable as a person and as a character. And it's like, Jesus, this is good shit. This really is. And just love some of the dialogue, some of the interactions. It just works. Gets a 4. Ghostbusters 101, number 6. This is the finale. Before we head off to the Answer the Call Ghostbusters, I thought this wrapped up very nicely. I kind of felt there was a small part of me that felt like, I kind of wish I got more out of this. But, for what it was, trying to keep their worlds from merging and stuff like that, I thought it was done very well. We get some nice little pictures in here. It's like, what would it be like if the Ghostbusters cross times and everything? Like, we'll see. Like, we saw pictures of the original in the 2016, where we saw the 2016 Ghostbusters in some of the original scenes. It was really weird, but it was fun. That was the best part. It was fun. Of course, me being the 80s brat, being the Ghostbusters mark that I am, I enjoyed it. Was it the best Ghostbusters story ever told? Absolutely not. But I did enjoy it, and I had fun, and I appreciated this. It's nice to see that they brought the two Ghostbusters teams together to help make each other work well together. Yet at the same time, it's also very telling that you needed to use the original lineup to make the 2016 lineup look a little better. Yeah, I guess you could see where some opinions could differ on that. But me personally, I enjoyed it. I give it a 3.5. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Dimension X number 5. This is the finale. This is all leading up to the big trial for Krang. And this issue, I just wasn't feeling it. I mean, honestly, they should have flip-flopped this issue and issue 4. They should have made this issue 4 and issue 5 the stuff with Aced Up, because you needed to go out on a high note with this. And this, I feel like we had the high note in issue 4, and here we just went, it's like we were going on an average thing, and in issue 4 we went up, and then with issue 5 we're back down to where we started. That's how I felt. And this was just okay. The interior artwork could have been a hell of a lot better, in my honest opinion. But, it is what it is. I give it a 3. Going to the only DC book I got on this stack, and it is the Supergirl Annual, number 1. The first annual of 2017 for Supergirl. Now, here lately I've been seeing a lot of annuals where, You know, it's just basically like multiple stories done in one issue, or, you know, it's like main story and then reprint of some old shit, stuff like that, and you just slap a $5 price tag on it, and some dumb schmucks will just buy it because it's a certain character they like. That's what I've been getting a lot of here lately. But this, my friends, this is a great example of an annual done right. This is easily the best annual I've bought from DC since the Rebirth shit started. This is how you do an annual. An annual truly works and sells a hell of a lot better when it connects to the main story that you are currently selling. They pulled out a lot of storytelling to connect to the story that's going on with Supergirl and the Emerald Empress and the Fatal Five. This was remarkable. I really dug this. And my God, we get to see what it is about Supergirl that pisses off Emerald Empress. And the stuff with Solomon Grundy was good. And the fact that Supergirl's got to combat all these characters with her powers on overload, that particular plot point gets fixed. But then that cliffhanger of the Empress attempting to kill Kara's father. Fantastic stuff. This is an annual done right. Connected to the main story. Pull out a whole bunch of storytelling. Pull out more than you regularly do. Slap the price tag on it, and you're off to the races. This was fantastic. Thank you for this, DC. This was really good. An easy 4 out of 5. All right, let's go on to Jean Grey number 6. This is basically Jean getting some training from Doctor Strange. And there was a little bit of comedy in here that I can get some comedy from Doctor Strange. There was a little bit of it, but not too much. It's just more or less just more mental torture for Jean because she's still not wanting to accept that she's inevitably going to become the Phoenix. And it's just really, really well done. Oh, speaking of the Phoenix, I had completely forgot to mention in the Generation Thunder issue something that went on with the Phoenix and Odin. And it was good to see that Odin and the Phoenix Force are actually in a relationship. Yeesh! But onto this. This was actually really good. And it got to the point where you see Jean still having visions that Doctor Strange himself cannot see. It's just very well done. You really feel for young Jean because she doesn't want to become the Jean that inevitably turns evil, goes batshit crazy, and then fucking dies. She knows the history of herself before it happens, and wants to try and change it, wants to make it better. I get it. And it was good. This was good. I give it a 3.5. Oh, boy. Secret Empire number 10. Let's go ahead and get started on this. Where do I begin? How about we talk about the fact that this was probably the best issue out of the 10-part series, but that's not really saying much. It's not. First, why did this storyline have to be 10 fucking parts long? Some of the story just dragged on so much, I felt like this could have easily been condensed down to 4, maybe even 5 parts at the most. And considering all the stuff you did leading up to this, what's going on with Bruce Banner? Why the fuck did you kill off Black Widow? For shock value? And don't even get me started on the bullshit that we saw in the Omega issue. And trust me, I'm going to be talking about that when I get to it. But, and now, and to top it all off, I'm looking for fucking logic in a comic book, but now we have 2 Captain Americas. Now, I'm not talking about Steve and Sam. I'm talking about 2 fucking Steves. We have now 2 fucking Steve Rogers. Why? Because Kobik, the sentient being from the Cosmic Cube, literally pulled a Steve Rogers out of her ass to combat this evil Steve Rogers. It's like a yin and yang storytelling, good versus evil, blah, 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 off to the races. And we have the good Captain America, the good Steve Rogers, basically pulling a Super Cena-like comeback and picking up Thor's hammer. I guess he's worthy. Smack. And that's it. Bottom line, this storyline sucked. It was overhyped. It was drawn out way too fucking long. There were so many moments in here that weren't necessary, that weren't logical. And there were character deaths in here that were done strictly for shock value. And it looks like, with Black Widow's concern, it looks like Marvel's not even going to wait another fucking month to just go ahead and retcon that shocking moment and just bring her back because they fucking can. And now we have two Steve Rogers to worry about. And by the time we get to the Omega issue, it looks like they're leaving it open for more of this shit to go on again. This is called a conclusion. You're supposed to conclude things. When you have an event storyline and you conclude it, that means you are done with it. You don't leave it open to do more unless you feel it's absolutely necessary, like with Civil War II. You know, it's just... Some event storylines can have a sequel, but there are some that can't. I don't ever want to see a sequel to Fear Itself or Siege. I don't ever want to see sequels to that shit. I don't want to see a sequel to Secret Invasion. I sure as hell do not want to read a sequel storyline to this garbage. This storyline was bullshit. I know it. You fucking know it. Marvel fucking knows it. All this basically was Marvel telling you, give me your money. I want your money. I want your money. Well, it fucking worked. Got my money. And I ended up reading a way overstretched, overhyped, and overrated storyline. This was bullshit. And to think this was the best issue out of the series. But like I said, it's not saying much. When you have a storyline that constantly makes you facepalm and scratch your head thinking, what the fuck are they doing? That's not good business. When you're selling a story that you know some people are completionists, they're going to want the whole thing, but you also have some customers who will buy some of this stuff, get halfway through it, get so fed up with it, they just like, fuck it, I'm done with it. Shit like that does happen. And when you give us stuff like this, and when that happens, that's not good business. For those of you who didn't read the storyline, who skipped out on it, you did yourself a favor. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. When this stuff comes out in trade, don't buy it. It's not worth it. Spider-Gwen. This is number 23. All this basically was a focus on the Mary Janes, the rest of Gwen's band. And that's pretty much it. It was cute. I give it a 3. Let's move on to Star Wars, number 35. Oh my God, this was fantastic. You know, that is not Jabba the Hutt on the cover. That is another Hutt. And he is being transferred by Han Solo and Chewbacca on the Falcon. And oh my God, this will make any fan of Han Solo fucking nerdgasm. This was amazing. An easy 4 out of 5. Maybe even a 4.5. Let's end this stack with X-Men Blue number 10. Jesus Christ. You have Hank McCoy, young beast, deciding that science is no longer the answer. Now he's turning to magic. And let's just sum it up in one sentence. Magic's not always the answer because things could fucking go haywire. This was good. This was really good. Solid 3.5. I really dug it. No more to say. Well, that's it for this big, long special. I hope you all stuck around for my ranting, whether you agree with it or not. Post your comments. What did you think about these books? What did you think about Secret Empire? That's what I really want to know. I'm throwing this question out to y'all. What was your true, honest-to-God opinion on Secret Empire? Was it worth the hype, or are you agreeing with me, thinking that it was a hot, steaming pile of buffalo gonorrhea shit? Diarrhea shit, excuse me. Why did I say gonorrhea? Fuck it. I'm not editing that out. Fuck it. Gonorrhea shit, diarrhea shit. That's what I should have said. But anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Please subscribe if you haven't done it already. Check out Blugoblin X, Arkham Asylum Studio. We just did some more mystery bag randomness. Don't forget Lenore 2003 for the Minecraft videos. Y'all know about the shoutouts in the description below. Check those out. Check those guys out. They're well worth checking out. Thanks for watching, everybody. I am Groot. Oh yeah. And I am the cream of the crop. I'll see y'all later. Y'all take care.